Hello again, friends. Today's gonna be a fun one, because we're dealing with something larger than life. We're dealing with the subclass, the Path of the Giants. And as always, we're gonna start off pretty strong. We're gonna devour some souls, there we go. And then we'll get Tiny over here. Let's see. Let's go ahead and large Carlad. There we go. And go ahead. Let's see. I want you to throw. No. You know what? Halcyon, go ahead. See if you can maintain concentration, Gale. Yo!
Witnessed assaulting some.
Oh, I'm gonna enjoy this. Okay, here we go. Rage! Now check this out. All right, we are on fire, and we're gonna add more fire damage. And now we're just gonna keep chucking our axe. Chuck 'em at you. Yeah. But yeah, that's some good damage. You gotta be honest. Or build up the heat. There we go. We got that heat and convergence coming. Oh wait, no, I guess only on strikes. But whatever. Gale, no. Hey, all I'm saying is don't piss off Tiny. Alright, here we go, Halcyon. Dude, he's as big as the giant. It's insane. Alright, let's see. We need, and he has like crazy movement speed. So first up, just imagine this freaking bear of a man. Alright, we got hit. So that builds up our wrath. And now we're gonna throw people off a cliff. Actually, what are we gonna do with you? Yeah, you know what? We'll throw you... Yeah, right down there. No more mages. Mages are bad! Did you hear that? Ah! Halcyon no like magic. Alright, here we go. Gotta shoot these robots with some ice. Make some icy surfaces. Oh, we're maimed. Uh-oh. Alright, let's use a healing potion. There we go. Maimed no longer. Alright. Oh, you're gonna regret that, buddy. Alright, let's do some reckless attacks. Let's see. Where are you going, robot? Huh? Oh, yeah? Yeah. Let's see. Oh, you know what? We could do charger, right? Yeah. Charger! Alright. Since we're not using our bonus action. Bonk! Yeah, explode! Now we're building up heat. There we go. Uh-oh. You're pissing Gale off. Oh, bam! Oh. Yeah, creating that icy surface. Uh-oh. Alright. Pick you up. Hold on. Come on. Pick you up. Throw you. What? You know, I'm getting tired of this. Whatever. Enjoy. Going for a ride. Nuh-uh-uh. Okay, you want to go for a ride. Okay. I like the music too. It really adds to this. Enjoy! You know what? Yeah, no, you don't want to do it? Then fine, you can go meet your friend down there. How about right over here? Yeah. Enjoy! Ah! That's ridiculous. And since we're a monk, we can definitely... Oh man, can we get the push? That'd be amazing. Hold on. Yeah. There we go. Yeah! Bye-bye! Alright, Gale. I've had enough. Don't call me tiny. Then we can add some more ice damage. Here we go. Now beat the crap out of him. Hiya! And hiya! Yeah! What the hell am I supposed to do down here? He's thinking about it. Oh yeah, that's cute. The fact that it even hit. What the hell? What are these camera angles? Buddy, I wouldn't do that. Alright. Here she comes! Ah! Uh-oh. Huh. Let's see, yeah, do a cleave. Cleave! Alright. And then, can't she just, like, teleport up there? Oh, yeah, she can. Alright, we'll see if we even need that. Oh, shield! Ooh! I might be enraged, but I'm still a wizard. Bonk! Somebody just blew up. Alright. Topple him. Pa pa! Come on. Come on, Halsey. You can do it. There. Can we still pick him up? Yeah, we're so big that we can still pick up the big little guy. Take this! Double T! Alright, and then she can just like warp back up here. Alright. Throw another axe attack. Bam! Alright. I want Tiny to finish him off. Alright, get your revenge, Gale. Yeah! Rah! Now stand in the explosion. Yeah, there's all that resistance. Oh, I knew that was going to be fun. That's ridiculous. Oh, man. Alright, let's see. Can we get a refresh in here? Yeah. Alright, a little better. Pretty quick, but pretty fun. Of course, today we are talking about the new subclass coming to patch 8. The Path of the Giant for Barbarian. Alright. So, in patch 8, we're going to be getting new subclasses for every class. This is the Path of the Giant that we're talking about. This is going to be a fun one. So, Barbarians, this is going to be a new subclass. But a big thanks to you guys for watching. I appreciate you. More on that later, but basically, ultimately, you guys are my sponsors. I appreciate you. Alright. So like I was saying, patch 8 is going to be adding new subclasses to every class. There's 12 in total. 12 classes, 12 subclasses. Larian's just adding them. Is it DLC? No, it's just a free patch 8 update. Apparently this is the final patch, just like the last time and the last time. So hopefully we keep getting final patches, adding stuff in. But we'll see what happens. Let's mention that this is based on Larian's Homebrew, which comes from... The whole game is basically based on D&D 5 edition. And the subclass itself is officially comes from like an expansion pack or the player's handbook. I don't know which handbook what is it, Path of the Giant really comes from. But of course, Baldur's Gate 3 has a 12 level cap as opposed to the 20 level cap in D&D. So obviously not just might be different, these will definitely be different. And keep in mind what we're looking at is a mod. You can already play this yourself. There's a link in the description. Thankfully this one is in the in-game mod manager, so I'll drop it in the description below. Alright? You can try it out. There's not a lot to go over, is there? So we'll go real quickly. Just keep in mind that we are talking about the Barbarian class, so I will try and show this stuff in game a little bit beyond what you just saw right there. Karlak is our level 12 Barbarian. She is literally on fire. Okay, cool. But yeah, giant stature. You saw this. Every one of these guys is a Barbarian in the new subclass, so when you enrage, you get larger. You would get... you get about Halcyon size. He's using the elixir of Colossus, so he's already that large. So you would get about his size. From medium to large size is what it's considered, right? If you were already large, you would go up another one. And then also, depending on Larian's Homebrew, we will see if this gets even bigger. The mod maker wanted to make it so you can stack all these like large effects and get stupidly huge, so shout out to them. Crushing Throw. So throw attacks now add rage bonus to your damage. This isn't that much, but when you rage, you get a little bonus, like 2 or 3 bonus to your attack. Now when you do where is it? Enraging Throw or Crushing Throw. So we'll see it right here. Pick up items or creature, throw it, and dealing damage and knocking them prone potentially. Your strength affects how much weight you can throw. Heavier items deal more attacks. The damage on thrown weapons is the same as a weapon's melee damage. You also deal damage based on your strength, and now, yeah, there's a little bonus from that from Crushing Throw, right? So that becomes viable, or that becomes online once you're in rage. So both of these happen when you enrage. Level 6, This is very interesting. I'll try and go over this in a little bit later, but the details here are Elemental Cleaver. If you saw when I enraged, I also went into Elemental Cleaver. Then I was able to choose any of the elements. The way the mod maker made it is per turn. I think the way it is on tabletop is per turn. It's a bonus action. So you can just do this for free, no actions, but this is per turn. We'll see how Larian interprets it, but you'll choose this. You'll choose the element, and then you can keep changing it around if you want to. I don't think you really want to keep changing it, but when you're enraged, you'll add an element of your choice, like I showed. What the tabletop says, and I might be reading this wrong, is it changes the weapon damage to that type. Whoopsie. So let's look at the Hellfire Great Axe. This would now become, instead of slashing, it would become 1d12 plus 10 fire damage if I chose fire damage. This is huge if I'm interpreting this right, and Larian decides to interpret it that way as well. Not only that, but you do get a 1d6 of that element you chose as well, so it grows in damage, not just whatever damage change. The mod maker, I don't know if they just couldn't do it or didn't interpret it that way, or I got it wrong. They just kept it the way the weapon damage is, so more on that later. Again, you'll get an element of your choice, and you'll get an additional 1d6 added to that your weapons, and this includes being thrown, not just on your melee attacks, right? The really cool thing was, if you saw with Karlach, my weapon gains the thrown property, which is very important in the gameplay mechanics because it means you add your full like weapon damage and elements and everything. If it doesn't have that thrown property, it becomes dramatically weaker. And then it returns to you like an Eldritch Knight or like the Nyrolna legendary trident. So now any weapon, when you enrage, becomes like a packed weapon or whatever. I don't know. That's just freaking cool. All right. Level 10, Mighty Impel. This is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Basically, you get a bonus action, and you can read all this, but it kind of just boils down to the bonus action. You're going to take medium or smaller target or creature, and you're going to throw them 30 feet. This is nice because you get a bonus action ability, and then it may potentially turn them prone. It's based on your attack roll. This says 53 feet. The tabletop says 30 feet. We'll see how Larian interprets this, but yeah, this is kind of crazy and hilarious because you potentially just pick somebody up with your bonus action for free, and you can, cause them to be prone, which is a huge game changer in something like honor mode where prone targets can't use their legendary actions. But alright, that pretty much does that. There is looking beyond the level 12 cap in D&D. There's level 14. Why would we even focus on this? I'll go over it in a minute. But we have Demiurgic Colossus. You get even bigger. It's basically an improved version of your level 3s and your level 6, right? So your giant stature becomes even larger. You go from, instead of medium to large, you go to medium, large, then gigantic, or whatever it's called, like Colossus. You're truly the Colossus now. And then elemental bonus is now a 1d2, or it gets an additional 1d6, so the total would be 2d6, right? But why are we even talking that? Because in Homebrew, what is Homebrew? Well, it's the tabletop rules versus how the devs interpreted them and adapted them for a video game setup, right? So we've seen different changes. Karlach, you're literally on fire. But yeah, we've seen changes in the vanilla subclasses and spells and moves and cantrips, right? Well, a good example is Beastmaster is supposedly very different from the tabletop, so they changed things around, made it fit better, really dive into that subclass, and just generally change things for the way they want to make it, right? It's like if you just play poker and there's like a little house rule or something. Larian has already confirmed this, so I'll pull it up on the screen for you. Right here, you can read along with me. So, with the Path of the Giants, opt for the Path of Giants, and your newfound giant strength will make it easier for you to yeet friend and foe alike. Like throwing Gale at your target. Forget chugging potions to pump those muscles. Interesting. These barbarians benefit from Giant's Rage passive that grants both strength and size. Okay, we know it grants size, but grants strength too? Okay, interesting. Allowing you to deal additional damage with throw attacks. Pockets weighing you down, not for you and your increased carry capacity. Okay, let's talk about that for just a second. Let me put this down for a moment. So, what I want to know is, what do they mean by forgetting chugging potions to pump those muscles up? Because if you look at, let's look at Karlach here, right? He's able to get a lot of stats in here because I'm using an elixir for Cloud Giant strength, I get 27, and then with Tavern Brawler, that's actually a 16 bonus. With Great Weapon Master, that's really powerful. But overall, God, she looks terrifying. Okay, but yeah, you usually can use like elixirs of strength. There's different potions throughout the game where you can get like natty strength, and then there's Gale here who used the Frost Giant strength gloves. So are they saying now that the subclass is going to get a bonus to strength? Not to mention they said when you enlarge from your enrage, right, you actually get another strength bonus, so that's interesting. And we've seen passives like with the Wild Heart Barbarian with the increased capacity. That's really nice, especially with the high strength. But the funny thing is, once you're hitting like 20 strength, you have like absurd capacity anyway. So okay, that's nice. I guess it's really nice if you wanted to just stockpile explosive barrels or dead bodies and throw them at people. So I'm not going to say I don't want it. It's fun. Okay, so maybe the level 14 becomes level 10. So this is what I was talking about. The like certain subclasses in vanilla already had changes like this, where you can't get to level 14, but maybe they make the 14 go down to like level 10, so that way you can get. The more invested you are in Barbarian, the more benefit you get for feeling like, oh yeah, I'm in this giant subclass. Now I'm a Colossus, right? At level 10, 11, 12, maybe we'll see that improved Demiurgic Colossus and get even bigger and more elemental damage. Okay, so some notables, obviously, you turn into a gigantic son of a gun, like Halcyon here was the size of a steel watcher. That's wild. Okay, the elemental weapon I just want to talk about for a second. Throw builds, like Eldritch Knight is great for throw builds. A Barbarian with Berserker can already do a really good throw build with Thief because they get an extra bonus action, and Berserker gets a throw attack as a bonus action. So if we're going to opt into this subclass as opposed to Berserker, this is really a nice bonus because now we get sort of like Pact Weapon, where the weapon comes back to us. Depending on how they do it, like the Mod Maker, you don't have to waste an action. It's just a per turn, per battle kind of thing. And you get to choose the element, right? So that's pretty nice. And then it becomes the... I really want to know how Larian interprets this, or if I'm just getting this wrong reading it on the website, but it says it becomes that chosen element, which is huge. Nothing else in the game can do that. If your axe can become a fire axe or something like that, that's amazing. Like all the damage, you can bypass a resistance, or you can build for a certain element. That's so cool, right? And then of course the weapon comes back to you, just like Eldritch Knight Pact Weapon. So that's freaking cool as hell. The level 10 B action is hilarious. You're not really doing much with your bonus action anyway, unless you're like, you know, incorporating Thief or something like that, or Boots of Speed like I commonly do. That's why I kind of just joked around and got Charger, because it was kind of fitting on Karlach. Makes her a little menacing. So having this Mighty Impel at level 10 is pretty interesting. I wonder if they'll actually lower it to like level 8 or something so you can get it sooner. Are we going to be able to stack all the Enlarge? Because one of the reasons I made Gale even a wizard in the first place was just to be like, okay, can I just like enlarge you, make you even bigger? And then when she enraged, does she get like the size of, I don't know, that house over there? That's ridiculous. Okay, the increased capacity is cool, like I said before. Maybe just for chugging or like for throwing a bunch of, I don't know, like dead bodies of people. And then forget chugging. I really want to know what they mean by that, but only time will tell once we're in January doing the stress test. Just keep in mind with Barbarians, let's kind of just speed through these. They get a Constitution bonus. Like Halson's all about that right now. He gets the max Constitution bonus, a +6 to his armor class from unarmored defense. Level 5, you do get your bonus attack. Just like a lot of martials do. Rage, not only do you get a little bit of damage, but you get resistances. So in this subclass we'll get larger, we'll be able to throw things a lot easier, and we'll get resistances all while raging. Survival Instincts, this is a big one. So Survival Instincts, if you don't know, I forget what level it is, I think it's like level 7 or something, but Survival Instincts, I'm pretty sure we went into it. We should have enough on Halcyon, maybe not. The hell? Okay. Survival Instincts, where'd you go? What's going on here? Why can't I find it? I am blind as hell. Alright, I'm just going to skip ahead. So survival instincts is basically you get a +3 initiative, and you cannot be surprised. Maybe I'm just blind. I feel like an idiot right now. But the reason this is big is the more you invest into a like multi-class or all the way in Barbarian, you get a free mini alert, which is amazing. Alert allows you to not be surprised. So if you come out of an encounter and then you lose that first turn, that could be really deadly, especially in honor mode. And then also having high initiative is very important, especially if you're going a strength character that doesn't initially get initiative. So that's why I use like a bow like this that gives you 3 initiative, plus the 3 I get on my character, and so on and so forth. A little bit of dex too. Danger sense, this is good too. Danger sense essentially gives you, can I pull this up? So danger sense gives you advantage on dexterity saving throws against traps, spells, and surfaces. That's really nice. Like advantage on spells and traps and whatnot. That's pretty good for just a passive. Reckless attacks, really big feature for barbarians. Even when you're not raging, you can cause advantage on your attacks. So if you had like a thief multi-class or something that needs advantage, especially when you're trying to crit, having 2 dice to roll really adds your chances to crit. And we'll talk about crits in a second. But yeah, it's very powerful to have, but just it does come with a bit of a loss because enemies also have advantage against you if you choose to use this. And it happens on reaction, which is probably the best part about it. So you can choose to use it as you miss and then get another chance at it, but then you're risking getting hit yourself with advantage. Brutal critical. So if you crit, you end up doing double dice. Brutal critical will end up giving you another dice roll. So I think it was up there, yeah? Brutal critical. So just keep that in mind if you ever want to build like a crit character. Great axes are amazing for crit due to the high dice damage, and then you get another 1d12 if you were to crit with a great axe, right? Charisma is their spell modifier. I don't know how relevant that's going to be for you, but I've done wacky builds before, and yes, if you're just in Barbarian or it's your last class chosen, Charisma is your spell modifier, but Charisma itself is good for being the face of the party, and you can use Thaumaturgy to give you advantage on intimidation checks, right? So 2 dice rolls whenever you're trying to do that. And since charisma is, I mean, there's tons of ways to boost your strength, especially if the subclass is going to give you a boost. You can use this as your face of your character. You can use Barbarian, a little focus on charisma as your second stat to be the face of your party and intimidate people all throughout the game. Okay. Woo! Sorry about that. Now, I know what you're really here for, some builds, some silliness. Let's talk about it. Remember that all 3 of these are going to have that alert, that mini alert survival instincts that comes with Barbarian. All of them have 125 or more HP, so just getting that out of the way and look at their HP. 137 on the Wizard, it's more than Karlach's, and then 177 on Halsin. He surely is a bear. Okay. Karlach is our pure level 12 Barbarian example. She's the Man-Eater, or the Soul-Eater, or just the... Jeez, she's freaking terrifying. So if you opt to use Karlach, just a little bonus by the way, you can use for the, like, all the way to long rest, you will be able to use soul coins. And when she's raging or below 25% HP, she gets an additional 1d4 fire damage and just has this crazy look to her. But I think it has some story significance, so don't be too willing to do that. Just wanted to get the feeling of like a raging fire demon in here. She's got Tavern Brawler, Great Weapon Master, and Charger. Like I said, Charger was more for the fun and the flavor. I really didn't need the feats because she ended up using the elixir for really high strength. Just crazy stuff right there. She's got Cloud Elixir, that's how she has the 27 strength, and Soul Coin, like I said. You can still use medium armor when you're a Barbarian and still rage. So she has the armor where she cannot be crit and has some decent armor class, and it's medium armor. The enemies get reeling and so on and so forth, a little bit of reduction to damage. So she can't be crit, she can't be blinded, she can't be feared, all thanks to the armor and the helmet. And the helmet also adds a little extra potential to crit. So if we combo that with reckless attack, she has a higher chance to crit, right? She's rolling 2 dice and she only has to roll a 19 or higher for critting. And then she gets an additional damage on her crits with the axe. Okay. She has a +10 bonus to 2-hander melee weapons. That's because we're using all-in Great Weapon Master, which we can toggle on and off. If you just drag it to your screen like that, that's usually how I use it. You're going to lose a little accuracy, but your attacks hit pretty hard, right? Plus 20 right there. Plus 10 is coming from the two-hander bonus, right? And then Tavern Brawler, so when she throws things, since I was trying to make her also a bit of a throwing build, right? She can throw this axe, and when she enrages, she can infuse it with element, then it becomes the thrown property, and it returns to her, so she can just keep throwing it. That's pretty badass, I gotta admit. So she's covered on melee and range. She has stacking fire damage, and like I said, if this actually becomes all fire damage, that's cool as hell. And she also can build up the soul coin. She has the infernal, the soul coin. You can infuse the weapon with more fire from the Drake Throat, and then because it becomes the thrown property, she actually gets the fire damage when she throws it. And finally, she builds up heat because the axe itself has this little condition. Whenever you deal damage with the weapon, apparently not on the throne, but on melee attacks, you get heat. And if you get enough stacks of heat, you can actually go down here and click. There's a little thing on the side where you can click to use heat conversion and add all of your extra heat to fire damage. But it does burn you for every turn you have heat. So you probably want fire resistance like we have here. And then you can just regen that damage a little bit, and then the ring just adds a little extra fire damage, right? So let's actually reload, because it's a little boring to hear me talk, right? But yeah, if the Great Axe crits, you'll get an additional Great Axe dice roll. That's a 1d12, which is pretty huge if you get a crit, but I wasn't really focused on that. And like I said, didn't really need the feats, so I just went with Charger because it was fun, right? So let's kind of load her back up, and we'll even make her pretty big with Gale. Alright, let's do it large. Okay. Let's just have her charge in there. Soul coin, crazy. Charging. Ah! There we go. Alright, so putting it all together. Bam, critical attack. Ooh, I want to see what that crit did. Ooh, 40 damage on the crit. Yeah, so 2d12 on slashing because of the crit, and then she got another 1d12 from brutal critical. So she did 3d12 since she got the lucky crit there. That was cool. Karlach, let's see. Like I said, you can go in for reckless attack, or if you miss, you can do that. You can see off here, since we did a weapon attack, we now have 3 heat. So what I can do is turn this on, get heat convergence, and I think this even applies when I go to throw the axe. Oh wait, hold on. Oh, I couldn't, damn it. Okay, let's just skip turns in. Actually, I'm gonna get my attack in against this mage. I don't like you. Okay. Stay back, stay back. Ow. How dare you? I'm calling for backup. I don't think there's any backup, buddy. Alright. Gale, quickly. Enrage. It's gonna get rid of her enlarged status, but it's okay. And defend yourself. Oh no. Just hit him. Oh. Damn it. Oh. Man, I'm screwing up big time. Sorry about that. Let's heal you. Okay. Much better. And let's hit you with ice. Perfect. Trying to show off Karlach, man. Where are you going? Oh, that thing's dead. Okay, back to Karlach. Like I was saying, what I wanted to do, we're gonna throw this at you, but first I need to enrage. Oh, I didn't enrage. That's fine. Duh. That uses our bonus action. We'll change our element, and now we have the thrown property. So, what I was trying to throw, I think I can use 4 turns of heat. Add that. I get 1 fire damage for every turn of heat, and now I can throw this at her. There we go. Just did 11 damage, so 4 of that was the bonus damage. Oh, she had fire resistance. Oh man, she would have got smacked. Okay. So yeah, we got that going. And then if we hit somebody with a melee attack, once again, we can get more heat. That was a crit, so we just got the bonus axe damage. Damn, that was strong. Okay. And then we'll just keep her there. Alright, so let's actually get into Halcyon real quickly. So, the huge grappler. This is 8 Barbarian and 4 Hand Monk. He's Tavern Brawler. We're going to stay in combat just so I can get the rage going off here. There we go. Ayah! Roar! Big bear. Now you know why he's huge. So we have Tavern Brawler because we're going to be using our fists, so we double our strength modifier. He's got tough, that's why he has so much HP. 2 extra strength, so we can get natty 22 strength. The reason we're able to get to that much strength is there's a +2 potion in Act 2. And then we are using the Elixir Colossus to make our size larger for fun, and just because it helps us throw people. He's got the Constitution Amulet, so let's actually take a look at it. So the Constitution Amulet does a lot of things for us in this build. Unarmored defense from Barbarian gives you 6 extra armor class. It maxes our HP out like crazy, and when we have advantage on Constitution saving throws. We have a bonus to our punches from Tavern Brawler, but the Tavern Brawler also gives us a bonus to whenever we throw. But the problem is, throwing is a little wonky in this game. Like, even though I could throw Gale here, he doesn't exactly do bonus damage. Right, so he only did like 6 damage to that Watcher, and Tavern Brawler did add 6 damage to it, so I guess it was worth it, but whatever. You might want to throw an actual thrown weapon like knives or axes. Flurry of Blows, duh, so if I had my bonus actions right now, we could do Flurry of Blows and attack. Let's go ahead, bonk him. Level 5, we get our extra attack. Skip his turn real quick. Okay, so also if Halcyon takes hits, we get 1 damage per turn from every hit taken, which is Wrath, right? So if we take a look at Halcyon stuff while we're waiting for our turn, when an enemy damages you, you get 1 turn of Wrath for every time you get damaged, right? Gale. Rah. I'm gonna hit you. Oh, wait, that's Carla. Whoopsie. Oh, man. I'm a little off today, sorry. Look, I'm still maimed again. It's a little harder to show the barbarians in combat. Okay. Get our ice damage up for later. Okay. Okay, come on. Halcyon also has the boots and the gloves adding to his damage right here. So if we look at the gloves of crushing, we get 2 damage. If we need to, we can swap these out for the bracers of defense since we're not using a shield or heavy armor or anything like that. The boots add your wisdom, so this is just a measly +3 damage, but it's something. What else are we going to use our boots for? He also can't be moved, can't be paralyzed or restrained, and difficult terrain won't slow down his ridiculous 7 feet movement speed here, 75 movement. And he has the Crusher's Ring, which is giving him 10, and then unarmored monk and so on and so forth. Okay, it's pretty straightforward. He's a big guy with big steps, and he ignores terrains, and you could swap for the bracers, but obviously we just want to see him throw somebody off a cliff again. I'm sorry. Here, this is what you came for. I know, don't worry. Okay, goodbye, goodbye. Whee! Okay, he's dead. And of course, you have your bonus actions. You could do a topple or a push, like I pushed the robot off the cliff earlier, thanks to our monk Flurry of Blows. Okay, comes from the open hand monk. Okay, so finally, let's take a look at Gale. We'll let Karlak skip her turn here. Oh, how the hell did he get down there? I wasn't paying attention. Oh, the robots fell down. You're coming with us. Okay, so Gale here. Let's take a look at him. Sorry, this has been so sloppy as compared to normal, but Gale is focused on the ice damage, right? He's taking the Frost Giant thing a little too literally. He's an 8 Barbarian and 4 Wizard, so yes, you could do something as wacky as that. This actually isn't as silly as you think it is. What it can do is basically have utility, and then he can rage and still be like a melee fighter. but he's great weapon master, so he can two-hand his staff and get the bonus 10 damage. He's tough, so he's not just a wizard in the backline that literally dies to anything. He's got 2 intelligence extra from ASI, so that's his feats. We've got Elixir of Heroism, but really it could be anything. And he has Ethel's bonus for extra intelligence, so he's maxed out at 20 intelligence right there. Okay. He's got the Gloves of Frost Giant, which allows us to focus in on other stats. We can just use our glove slot here. It doesn't count as armor, so we can get those bonuses. And then he still has 23 strength, all thanks to the gloves, right? So he has no armor, no problem. Kinda. You can actually shield while enraged, which is why I wanted to show off this combo here. You can't cast spells while enraged, but somehow you can cast shield, so that's cool. Just comes naturally to a wizard barbarian. Don't take it too seriously though. This isn't really built for like super competitive or super strong, but you can still beat the crap out of people with his build. He can just bonk people with his staff, with great weapon master, and also the Morning Frost has a little cold damage and then adds more cold damage, and then you can add more cold damage, right? And when we do cold damage, we actually get a encrusted with frost bonus, right? So he can use Ray of Frost when he's not enraged. It'll get a bonus from the amulet from his high intelligence. Otherwise, when he's enraged, he'll be hitting people with a staff like this. Bam! That's some monstrous damage for a little guy. Look at that! Oh my god! Yeah, 11 cold damage too. And very few things actually resist cold damage. Let's actually let him blow up. Kaboom! Come on back to Gale. So, oh, like I was saying, every attack he does is basically creates an icy surface, and because of the boots, he can't slip on it. Because of the staff, you get a little bonus extra ice damage, and every time you're inflicting an ice, every time you inflict a condition, the hat is going to give you the encrusted frost condition as well. The reason that works is because the worms in your brain, you can take ability drain up here, and then you're always inflicting a condition with your attacks. But yeah, a wizard can have utility spells like Long Strider, you can do Enlarge, you can disguise yourself as a little guy here, Mage Hand, so you can do a lot of utility stuff, and then when you need to, you can be a melee, strong arm by going in rage. And now with the new subclass, you get big, you can toss people, and you can add element, more element damage to it. So I just thought that was really cool. And I also just wanted to use enlarge and see if it would stack. Apparently it doesn't stack 3 times, but we'll see what Larian decides to do. All right. We've gone on long enough. Thanks again to Larian for adding these subclasses. Sorry this demonstration at the end was a little more sloppy than usual, so I thank you guys for watching and putting up with my demos. But hopefully you're excited about this subclass. This is another one where I was like, oh, that seems cool. But once I saw the details, I'm very excited. If you're excited about a subclass that's coming up, let me know. We're going to do all of them. We're actually over halfway now. I think I might do Blade Singer next because I'm excited for that one. But otherwise, I appreciate the subs, the likes, and the comments. You guys are awesome. I gotta go today, so sorry for the short one, but you take it easy, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.